Okay, so let's jump into this and look at some plants. So the first plant is here. This is wild blackberry. Berries, of course, are gone. That's just part of the deal. Down here, we have daylily. You can go in, dig these up. They have edible tubers. Somewhere under there is wild onion. Of course, that can be eaten. The talupa, this nice tree right here, the berries are gone, but it has an edible berry that's pretty sour. We have grape up here. The grape, of course, is edible. There's actually a few berries on it still. Or I should say grapes, not berries. Where are they? Right there. So that's there. Over here, we have mulberry. Oh, also on the grape, the leaves can be eaten too. This is mulberry. Over here, we have a variety of wild raspberry. We have groundnuts, which is what this is. In some places, this will make a bean. And actually, I think these might be the beans, or just straight up flowers. But this groundnut has an edible tuber. See what else we can find. Oh, down here we have wild raspberry. Or not wild raspberry, sorry. Wild strawberry. We have asparagus that has escaped the garden. Lots of wild strawberry. We have evening primrose. These are first-year plants, and we can tell that because we don't have flower stalks yet. But next year, these will come up and have flower stalks. There is a tuber. I believe the tuber is edible. We have, where did I see it? This, depending upon your usage, this is ground ivy. They used to use it for flavorings for beer. We have some dock. Well, let's not call it that. Let's not do that. This is clover. Clovers are edible. We have some young dandelion leaves. Of course, the roots, the flowers, and the young leaves are all edible. We have plantain again. It's a good pot herb. See what else we can find. This is wood sorrel. It is edible, but word of caution, don't eat too many because the acid that it contains could cause issues with kidney stones. Now, this is Asiatic dayflower, and I've read some accounts that it is edible, but, you know, do your research. Don't depend on me to keep you healthy. See what else we can find. So I've heard that hostas are edible, at least the flowers. I've never tried it, but there it is. Next year, I'm hoping to get flowers on our columbine. Don't think those are edible, but whatever. We have a cherry tree. This is a domestic cherry. It's not a wild cherry, but it's going. We don't have leaves that come on it. This is wild, or not wild, but this is black walnut. It's a little young to have nuts on it yet, but who knows, that could be coming. Over here, somewhere, there, we have mint, a type of mint. This one is actually in blossom. This can be dried and used for flavoring. I like to make tea out of it. Also, it's herbal. We have a pear tree. We don't really care about that. Because remember, we're only looking for edible stuff. Violets. Again, young leaves can be cooked. The violet itself, the flower itself, is also edible. There's probably 500,000 things that I'm forgetting. Just because I'm missing it. We have maple. You could maybe get sap out of it. That is silver maple, by the way. We might have a crabapple. Not exactly sure what it is. But it's either crabapple or hawthorn, and I'm not sure which. Because there's poison ivy over there, I'm not going over there to get them. Again, more black walnuts. Some really nice looking wood sorrel. That's good for adding into all types of stuff. This is a grass. Now, some grasses, some wild grasses, are edible, but you have to have the right ones. Otherwise, you could potentially make yourself sick. And we don't want to do that. So, always, always, always know what's in your yard and what's edible and what's not. We have some, what looks like wild dock. Probably curly dock, if that's what that is. Docks are edible. They also have seeds that are can be used for grains. This is box elder. Oh wait, no. Yeah, box elder. Wait. It looks like box elder, but it doesn't look like box elder. So box elder is in the maple family. It does have a sap that if they're big enough to collect, you can collect it. So yeah, that's some of the edible plants that grow around my yard. We also have another type of plantain. So that's one of the plantains. I think it's called narrow leaf. If you have weeds in your yard, weeds aren't just weeds. They can be useful. There's probably stuff that I'm missing just because I either don't recognize it as being an edible plant. So I apologize. It's highly possible that I could totally be missing stuff. We do have quite a bit of, I think this is potentially edible. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I don't use. So yeah.